At 29, Maya stood in front of a locked glass door with a cardboard box in her arms and a storm in her chest. Inside the box were a laptop, a chipped mug that rigged dream bigger, and everything she owned from a job she had just quit without another one lined up. Everyone in her life had warned her, be grateful for stability. Don't throw away a steady paycheck. Risk is for people who can afford to fail. Maya couldn't afford to fail. That was exactly the problem. For 5 years, she had lived safely, comfortably numb. Her salary covered rent, groceries, and the occasional weekend escape. But her days felt like carbon copies. Each morning she silenced her alarm and a quiet voice inside her that whispered, "You're meant for more." The risk she took wasn't reckless. It was calculated. For months, she tracked her expenses, saved aggressively, and tested a side business helping small brands tell their stories online. She didn't leap blindly. She built a parachute. Still, when she finally stepped off the edge, fear came with her. The first 3 months were brutal. Her savings shrank. Doubt grew louder. She refreshed her email obsessively, hoping for client replies. Some days she wondered if everyone else had been right, if security mattered more than purpose. Then something shifted. One client turned into 3. 3 into 10. Maya learned faster than she ever had at her old job because every mistake mattered. Every win belonged to her. She negotiated contracts, raised her rates, and most importantly learned to trust herself. The money followed, but it wasn't the first reward. The real growth came from realizing that risk had expanded her identity. She wasn't just someone who dreamed anymore. She was someone who acted. Calculated risk forced her to become disciplined, resilient, and financially aware. She understood cash flow, emergency funds, and the value of time in a way no paycheck had ever taught her. Years later, Maya would look back and see that moment at the glass door as a gateway, not because it guaranteed success, but because it demanded growth. Calculated risks work that way. They don't promise safety, but they offer transformation. They ask you to prepare, to think strategically, and then to move despite uncertainty. Financially, they create leveraged new income streams, investments, and opportunities. Personally, they stretch your confidence, sharpen your judgment, and prove that fear doesn't disappear you, just learn to carry it. The biggest danger Maya learned wasn't failing. It was staying so safe that nothing new could enter her life. Calculated risks are not about gambling everything. They are about betting thoughtfully on yourself, again and again, until growth becomes inevitable.